Hey, what's up guys? Michael3D here again from Team Curse North America. I'm going to be showing you some smokes today on train. Couple set of smokes outside here for the outer bomb site. I put my back on this wall here, used the pole to line up with the wall in front of me. I'm going to throw two different ones here. The first one was for the left side of the bomb site. The second one is going to be for the right side of the bomb site, or where you would plant. Okay, so this is the first one. The second one's going to land over here, and basically what you're going to have is a wall of smoke. Okay, so that you can basically come out and just plant the bomb. You're not able to be seen from the back lanes, and this smoke is pretty key right here because there is a barrel here, and I'll show you once the smoke dissipates. But this barrel can block you being shot pretty well, so you can just kind of plant behind it if you want, or plant, more out in the open if that's your kind of thing. But what that will allow you to do is to sit back in the connectors here and see where the bomb is planted, and not have to peek all the way out to kill somebody trying to defuse. And you can do that on both sides. So this is pretty common for a lot of teams to do. So you can kind of just play that accordingly. So up next is going to be a smoke for the Z connector. I just put myself in the corner here. There's a little tip of this silo right here in front of me that I like to use to line up above it, and just kind of run forward and throw it. And if you do it right, you're going to get to land in Z, or you can actually get to land out of Z if you want. That right there is about as flush as you can get it. It allows you to maybe send a teammate down this ladder lane and push if you want. You can have it bloom way out here if you want as well, to make that way you make the enemy team to push out, to have to stop you from coming outside. That's a pretty common one. I've got one for the Ivy side over here. I like to use this to line up with straight up in the air with this cloud in front of me here. And you just kind of move forward and let it go. And if you do it right, what it's going to do is land inside of Ivy, cover off people playing back here, opping, and he can't really come over to this side because this is going to be smoked off, and then you're going to have a smoke, possibly right over in this area too. So from his point of view, hey, he gets here, he can't see anything here. Well, he can't see anything here, can't see anything here. Well, he comes to this side, and we've got a smoke for that as well. So let's see, we can do it from right here, I believe. You just kind of line up and let it go. Oh, I think I might have went a little too high there. But basically it's going to be for this cubby slash solo spot, which it covers that perfectly. So a guy can't just hide behind this barrel here and shoot people coming out. He can't sit in this cubby, which I'll wait for the smoke to dissipate again. But if you have this smoked up, the most common spot for the sniper to go once he can't see is this way. He's going to come out and maybe try to come over here to this cubby area, go up into the nest. But if this is smoked up, what's he going to do? He can't see anything here either, so he's forced to fall back somewhere else. And what this allows you to do, since this bomb site has changed since 1.6 in source, is allow you to come out and plant really most of the time without much danger. There's only a few spots you can be seen if you do a good set of smokes, and you can usually get bombed down and then just fall back and play the bomb. If not, the CT side is going to have to push through smokes, which is, you're always at a disadvantage. So, all right, I'm going to show you a couple flashes, a couple different variations. So depending on how your team wants them thrown, it's gonna be random. So if you want one that blows up right above the wall, you can kind of just aim high, let it go. Actually, I'm going to show you what the grenade here is so I don't blind myself. They go the same distance and they'll just blow up in the air, so you can actually see where it's going to blow up at. So this basically blows up right above the wall. If you ever want to throw a quick one to keep an enemy team from getting in good positions outside, that's a really good one to throw. The ones I personally like to throw, you throw it from a little closer and you kind of run, jump, throw. The key here is distance, so this obviously made it a lot further than this wall here, so you get more people blind the further it comes out. But when you do that, you're also able to have it dodge a little easier, I guess, sometimes. So sometimes people will send people over here to do flashes from your T side here, and you can kind of run, jump, throw these as well. And actually, you can get to go further than that. These should be the furthest furthest ones you can get to blow up. It'll actually go past the bomb site here or flush with it. And these are really good flashes as well. You can catch a team off guard with. You can have them where you just, you know, kind of run and throw it too. And it works pretty well to blind anybody playing this hell side, or it's what we like to call the hell lane. Gets them pretty good. So all that is, you know, like I said, depending on your strat and stuff. So there's a good smoke you can throw here if you want it to land on the back of the bomb site for whatever reason. I like to use this wall in front of me to line up with the door here in Ivy, and my back against the wall, obviously. And you can have it land a bunch of different ways, but you know, one of the ways is basically going to land, bounce off this wall here. You can have it land behind the site, or you can have it land in this lane, depending on whatever you want. Obviously, this is pretty annoying. If you're playing outside and you have a smoke land behind the site right here, or in that lane, you know, you're forced to either push up or move somewhere else, and you get out of position really easily like that. So, something to think about. If you ever come Ivy solo and you don't want to peek because they have an opera here, you can just bounce one off this wall. I like to actually try to get it to bounce off this pipe right here sometimes, and it'll go a little further for you sometimes. If you get it to bounce right, there we go. That covers it pretty well for you. You can do a flash the same way, or you can flash through the doors here, which works pretty well if you're delaying an opper over here from killing your teammates that are coming out. So that's something to think about. Alright, I'm going to move over to inner here, towards ladder actually. And if you ever want to learn a pop flash that'll land down the ladder, that way you can follow it down and maybe catch a guy blind down there. A lot of teams will push up and play inside a ladder, so I like to put myself on this wall, use this little dot on the wall right here, if you can see it. It's kind of just left of these thicker lines, and just throw it right there. It's going to bounce off the back of the wall and blow up basically right below this, okay? And what that does is catches anybody down here if they're not paying attention, or if they're playing out here, it's going to get them blind, and you can come down and have a lot easier time coming down ladder like that. So something to think about. A couple smokes for inside. This is the common one. You just kind of run forward and throw it. You can get it to go deeper or less shallow, depending on what your strategy is. That's probably the most common one, where it just blocks off the guy playing pop dog, which is the spot right here. He usually stands there and peeks up to the ramp to see if people are coming inner. Okay, we personally like to throw one a little deeper. That way you have the ability to push this lane, push down the sidewalk, and kill a guy and push him from this angle. Works pretty well. Couple different variations on flashes here, but I personally have always liked this one, where you just kind of run and throw it, and then you can kind of follow it all the way down. Use the pole to block the flash from getting you. It'll land, you know, right here, and if a guy's playing pop dog, it'll get him. If he's playing, you know, back Z or whatever, back red. There's one that'll land where you do it kind of running down backwards. You throw it off the wall, just like that. You can get it to blow up mid-air is preferable, so it gets anybody peeking from this angle or above pop dog, or, you know, anything near the site or whatever. So, and another variation on it is just back against the wall. You know, maybe aim right here, and it's going to pop flash. It's going to blow up right around the corner here and gets everybody. So it's a pretty good one to know. So a lot of teams will have a guy playing upper here with a sniper rifle, so you don't really want to peek out unless maybe you're a sniper yourself. So one thing teams will do in their strategies is, without peeking, you can kind of just line up a smoke here off the wall, and it's going to just smoke off close so that you can have a teammate come here and smoke a little deeper. And the point of all this is to be able to help your team take the site, so you can run through the first smoke and then have room to maneuver and see what's happening here, use the smoke for cover, and kill people here. And, you know, at the end of the day, if you want, you can kind of just push this guy here as well. So that gives you a little room to work with there. So some stuff to think about. There's a couple decent pop flashes if you're ever trying to retake inner and you're coming through Z connector. You can bounce them off of this wall here. You can kind of run and throw it. It bounces, boom, blows up. You can throw one off here. You can throw one off here as well. Oh, maybe not right there. try a different angle here. A little lower on that one. Yeah. Well, you can get it to blow up so it gets this lane right here, basically. So anybody peeking from that area of the bomb site is going to get blind by it. So, let's see. What else do I have for you guys? Common smoke spot to hold enter is just to smoke up the ramp a little bit. That way they have to run through the smoke to get to you. That leaves you a lot less exposed if you're the enter player. A couple smokes outside I'll show you on this from the CT side. We like to do this sometimes where we'll just smoke up through here, and then they have to push through the smoke to come out, which is pretty common. You can do the same thing here. A lot of people do it from running from the back lanes and just smoke this up here to stop a rush, and it keeps people from running out. And if they do run out, they're a lot less organized than not running through a smoke. So that's something you can try there. I'm going to show you one more thing here. For any kind of clutch situation you're ever in where there's a guy, or maybe one or two guys alive and you're the last terrorist alive, the most common spot that your team probably planted is right here on the bomb site. And you know if you're upper and you peek, you're probably dead because one guy's defusing and the other guy's going to shoot you, or maybe both, and maybe they faked it. So one way to actually not peek it right away and to maybe get a kill, especially if there's two guys on the bomb site and you have a grenade left, you can actually just come up here and just nade off this wall. Works pretty well. Depending on the angle and stuff, you can have it blow up on the bomb site. You know, sometimes if they're low, that's enough to kill one or two guys. So real good way there to maybe get somebody off the bomb without actually having to expose yourself very much. So I think that's just going to be about it for this map. I may have left a couple things out, but if you guys have any questions or comments, or just want to like us on our Facebook or Twitter, follow us at CRS Michael3D on either one, and on Twitch to follow the stream you can go to Michael3D TV.